back, everybody. In this video, I got a creation theory that you might have never heard of. I condensed it down in my notes. Bear in mind, anytime anyone talks about creation, it is indescribable. But nevertheless, this theory you never heard of, but hopefully it resonates with you. Before the beginning of creation is the unmanifested state. The expansion is God breathing outwards, and the contraction is God breathing inwards. And if God is everywhere, then God is breathing in and out simultaneously, everywhere at once. And don't forget about the pause in between breaths. Therefore, one part of the universe is expanding, second part is contracting, and third part remains constant. In Hinduism, the in-breath is called Shiva. The out-breath is called Brahma. The pause is called Vishnu. Once a expansive process, another is an unchanging aspect, and the other is a destructive, contractive process. In Christianity, these can be referred to as the Trinity. The Father is expansive, the Son is unchanging, the Holy Spirit contractive and dissolving. All of these is aspect of the birth and death cycle. The beginning of the universe is like a transaction of buying and selling. You cannot have one without the other. You are inside the universe, and the universe is inside you. All that is and can ever be is the one infinite creator. Remember, we are dimensional beings living in dimensional life. So learn how to move through the time to experience dimensions or spaces, instead of moving through spaces or dimensions to experience time. Moving forward, guys. Shortly after the beginning of the universe, a group of souls divided itself to smaller souls. These soul beings roam the universe using pure consciousness as a means of travel. With no limitations, these beings are able to shape any form desired, go back and forth in time at will, as well as enter any dimension. These beings created a paradise planet where they can go to experience form, body-like figures. Although this planet is not Earth, this is the beginning of the human form. Hundreds of millions of our years later, the human form was reintroduced on our Earth through genetic engineering. So some people refer to these beings who started mankind and mankind's life on this planet Earth. They refer to these beings as the Pleiadians. These beings are descendants of the Lyran race from the original creation back on the Paradise planet. Now, you're wondering, how does everything work? You guys have to know that there is an etheric blueprint to all physical life. These blueprints have geometric patterns that are coded form from higher consciousness, step down in vibration to be fused into RNA and DNA molecular format. A short explanation of vibration. Everything in the universe is vibration. The protein molecule is like a computer. Our etheric blueprint is like a computer program, but evolved from pure consciousness to the subatomic state and then to the atomic. And that's why I have you guys kind of like know the concept of idealism and materialism. I believe in idealism, if you didn't know that by now. Moving forward, the vast intelligence of the universal mind supports programs of all life. Within this field of intelligence is what is known as the Akashic Records. Now, that is also referred to as a mental plane or non-physical plane, which I like to call the spirit grid. This is where everything is stored like in the computer cloud. So through evolution progress, the non-physical plane creates a holographic image of all events, which then can be re-experienced by tuning into that place on the timeline. Each person also have their own Akashic Storage, which is located in the auric field of 5th and 6th density, your soul body. Our human cells stores all the memories of the physical body into the Akashic Records. Ultimately, a soul can incarnate over and over to re-experience or experience new lives. One example, let's say you got into a car accident, but you didn't make it, but you decided to come back at that present moment. You can continue, but know that when you continue, you are actually continuing in a different reality similar to the one that you died in. Although we do this all the time, just not realizing it, these permutations are a part of our spiritual growth. From all levels of creation, Earth was a melting pot for all types of soul. Through experimentation and interbreeding, Earth civilizations have many races. The original race on Earth was the Adamic race, who chose Earth as their primary sphere of evolution. They are also descendants of the Palladians, which is an offshoot of the Lyran race. So the story of Adam and Eve is symbolic, which represents the garden as their pre-separation state of consciousness. The tree of knowledge of good and evil represents duality into which they incarnated into this world, which in turn they forgot their true origin and became attached to the lower densities of this world and universe. And here we all are. That is it. Catch you guys on the next one. Hooded Dragons out.